Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
Snacks coming at 12 o'clock.
So on Olympic week, it is only appropriate that we talk about the new Clint Eastwood directed film, The 1517 to Paris, starring Alex Garlatos, Anthony Sadler, and Spencer Stone. The three men who actually were on the train to Paris when a terrorist decided to wreak havoc, and just on a chance, these three brave men, two who actually served in the armed forces for the United States, with all of the best to their abilities, take this man down from causing a serious tragedy on France soil. So, while I'm not the biggest Clint Eastwood fan, this was definitely a movie that I was very excited to see because I remember when this occurred in 2015, and I was blown away by the fact that these three American men decided to do what they did to bring a terrorist to justice, and more importantly, save many lives, because this could have been a true tragedy for all the world to see. And I will also say that when I did my 30 anticipated films for 2018, I thought that this was going to be the best movie of 2018. Well, I'm sad to say that I unfortunately was wrong, but I'm not going to say that this was a bad movie, because if there's one thing that's really angering me right now, is all of the negativity that this movie is receiving. It has gotten a horrible score on Rotten Tomatoes, on Metacritic, as well as a very low score on IMDb, and when I take a look at the ratings a little bit deeper and I see the types of people that are reviewing this and hearing what they have to say, it's a lot of anti-America, anti-armed forces rhetoric, and quite frankly, I wish that all of these people would just go fuck themselves, and that's pretty much all I'm going to say here, because this movie is not a America-heavy kind of film. This is not even a movie that totes the armed forces. This is a story of three average guys, two that just happen to be in the military. They all happen to be people who really did appreciate living the American dream and living a good American suburban life in Sacramento, California. They did it when they didn't even have to do so because it wasn't even the country that they were defending. They saw something that was happening, they knew that it was not the right thing to do, and just three average guys decided to save lives. What the heck is wrong with that? This movie is also not one of the better paced films, but I did actually enjoy the movie from beginning to end. I liked the fact that we really got a good look at what these three boys were like when they were growing up, from middle school all the way till the point in time when this event took place. And there was nothing really glamorous. It was just three guys that were just good friends living a good life. And the fact that Clint Eastwood got these three heroes to actually play themselves was an admirable thing. I didn't think that the acting was anything mind-blowing, but I thought that it was very natural. I thought that the three of them definitely acted like they were the best of friends, even though they are the best friends in real life. And there's also a great group of actors, especially from the world of television, that played some roles. Spencer and Alex Mothers were played by Judy Greer and Jenna Fisher. There was also Tony Hale, Thomas Lennon, and Jaleel White. Yes, Steve Urkel is in this movie as one of their middle school teachers, and all of these great television actors played their roles beautifully. I absolutely was entertained and enjoyed to seeing these kids in their lives in middle school. Even the boys that played the three men as children were very good. Also, I really appreciated Spencer Stone's story because he wasn't one of the best kids. He was an underachiever. He was someone who still had his good nature at heart, and he always tried to push himself, and even when he failed, he still felt that he was here on this planet for a greater purpose, and when that event took place on the train, you definitely saw him realizing that this was one of the main reasons why the good Lord put him on this earth. I also give Clint Eastwood a ton of credit for actually having that event take place on a moving train. Clint Eastwood wanted to make the exact moment feel as realistic as possible, with these three men reenacting their moments, and the ending of the film is absolutely spectacular because it was a mixture of CGI and real news footage of people of France's government actually making a speech honoring these three men, and they actually CGI inserted the actors that played their parents and actually had the real news footage of the three of them receiving the award. There's also a beautiful thing seen during the credits, but I will say that the true downfall of this movie is the fact that it really is nothing extraordinary. It's just these three men growing up, living their actual lives, and just seeing a simple life from each and every one of them until this extraordinary moment takes place. So, yes, it can be a little bit boring, and because for a moment that takes place mere minutes, you kind of have to try and figure out how to fill the void in order to make a 90-minute film. Also, one of the other negatives that I personally felt for the movie was the fact that they really looked into Spencer's life, and we really didn't see much of the other two. They seemed to really be in the background, and the whole movie really did revolve around Spencer. Not that it was a bad thing, because I have so much respect for these three gentlemen now, but I still feel that we could have gotten a little bit more all around for all three of them. So, I'm a little bit downtrodden over the fact that this movie wasn't the best film that I've seen this year, but I feel as a proud American, as someone who was very intrigued by this event, was shocked by the fact that we got a much better outcome than there could have been, and the fact that three ordinary Americans brought a terrorist to justice. It's still a very powerful and inspirational and heartfelt thing to actually see. I still say see this movie because it is a piece of history that is definitely going to be forgotten, and it shouldn't be. Is this a movie that I'm going to see numerous times? I wouldn't necessarily think so, nor is it a movie that I'd like to have on DVD. But I am going to be giving the 1517 de Paris 3 stars out of 4 because I do believe that the importance is there and it really is inspirational. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please leave your comments in the box below and let's discuss the 1517 de Paris, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.